The 20-year-old who jumped off a Royal Caribbean cruise ship last week still missing. Carnival looking to downsize, and well, we've got cruisers being deported. Cruise news and my views. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to La Lita Loca. I'm your host, Tony, here with the latest cruise news and views for your face. On a Thursday the 11th of April, 2024. And well, the seas are rocking.
I don't know how big those swells are, but you can definitely feel them.
I'm just telling you, this show could be rocky, and this show's troubling. There's some troubling updates to some past cruise news stories and some fresh cruise news stories, so mixed bag today. But let's start with cruise news story number one. On April the 4th, a 20-year-old gentleman jumped off Royal Caribbean cruise ship 200 feet into the sea. And apparently it was because of a disagreement with his father over being drunk. We're a week past that now, and just a couple of days ago on Tuesday, the Coast Guard has called off the search for this young gentleman, and his father is now speaking out, saying that he believes that his son survived the jump and that he is out there somewhere because he is a master diver. This is the 20-year-old Le'Veon Parker, very athletic, a fisherman, and his family is holding out hope that he is still out there somewhere. Unfortunately, all the searches have been called off, so I share this photo in case anybody is out there and this person shows up. But a big issue that's troubling about this story is that from all accounts, this 20-year-old was extremely intoxicated, and while 20-year-olds are not supposed to be served alcohol on a cruise ship, and I don't think the process is really in place for a 20-year-old to be served alcohol on a cruise ship, because you have to present your ship card to get a drink or your wearable to get a drink. And so I can't imagine that the cruise line served this young man alcohol. It seems the likely case is that somebody was getting alcohol for this young man. And of course, the family, like all of us, just wants answers. How did their son get so inebriated? And, you know, what happened? It breaks your heart, because I just don't think there's going to be a lot of satisfying answers to any of those questions. Cruise news story number two, MSC Cruise Lines has revealed what their next world cruise ship will be called. We already have the World Europa, we already have the World America coming out, and now the third world cruise ship will be called the MSC World Asia. MSC World Asia will be the fourth LNG cruise ship, liquefied natural gas, for MSC Cruises. It's going to hold 5,400 passengers and is set to debut in 2026. This is another big cruise ship coming out from MSC. MSC continues to add ship after ship to their fleet in their attempt for world cruise domination. I really do like the focus that they have. They focus not only in the North American market and the Europe market, they focus in the Asian market. They're focusing on the luxury market with their Explora's Journeys brand. I've had some good experiences on MSC, and of course I'm one of those folks that say you should try everything before you settle into choosing one thing. It's a pretty polarizing cruise brand. I've seen a lot of people go on MSC that have loved it, and I've also seen almost the equal amount go on MSC that's not loved it. So I don't know. What say ye? Will you ever try MSC? Have you tried it? What do you think? Leave a comment below. Now, before I get to the next cruise news story, let me tell you just a little bit about my day yesterday in Montego Bay, Jamaica. I took a cruise ship excursion that took me to Rose Hall Great House, which was an old plantation house there in Montego Bay. A house that some say were haunted, and by the time I got to the end of the tour, I believe that this could have been a haunted house. I'm going to make a video specifically around this excursion, but let me say this. By the end of the day, I was walking around talking to people going, a lot of people died here, huh? Yeah, it was odd. And then they took us across the way to shopping and jerk chicken. So it was a great day in Montego Bay. So beautiful. And yeah, like I said, I'll make a video more to share about it. Cruise news story number three, like so many other people and businesses in the world, Carnival is going to be downsizing. And normally when you hear downsizing, you think, well, maybe people are getting laid off or something like that. Nope. They're going to get rid of their iconic corporate office in Doral, Florida. And the reason that they're doing it is because, well, they can probably make a lot of money by selling this corporate office. And like many other traditional businesses, they've started to move away from the need for an office infrastructure, especially an expensive office infrastructure, as you have more and more people working from home. It's pretty wild. Even before the pandemic, you started to see companies think less about investing in big buildings. I was working for one of the big banks in Charlotte, North Carolina as a consultant, a business analyst. And this was probably about a year before I really took a go at this business that I'm doing now. So I was still doing some consultancy, and I was working for one of the big banks, and they had actively been selling off branch locations and actively not having assigned cubicles and desk per person. Normally that would be the scenario. You go somewhere, this is your desk, this is your cubicle. What they did is they started saying, okay, you can work from home, you can work from home, you can work from home, but occasionally we'll need people to come into the office. And so we'll make these generic, everybody has the same setup desk space, and you couldn't keep any personal items like pictures or Lego or anything like that on your desk. You would just come in, and for the day you would work at this space. And so it makes sense if Carnival can sell this behemoth 470,000 square foot business complex and make a good profit on it as, you know, real estate values rise, especially in that Miami area. Do it. It's got to be tough though. They've been in that spot since 1983. You know, it's a cool place. Every time I drive by it, I see the iconic well tell in front. But yeah, I think it's going to take a couple years to exit, but they are looking to get out of that real estate and downsize. Gather around, people, wherever you roam, and forget that the waters around you. You know what I'm talking about. The times they are a-changing. Shout out Ludacris. Look, I know a lot of people go, why are you shouting out Ludacris for a Bob Dylan song? Let me tell the story really quick. I try to tell it every once in a while to catch people up to speed. There was a time where I accidentally accredited Ludacris for a DMX song, and everybody called me out. They said, hey, Ludacris didn't sing that song, it was DMX. And I said, you're right. And I was wrong. But I thought it would be fun going forth to always accredit songs to Ludacris, just to see if people know who the real artist is, and maybe they'll comment. It's a connection point. That's what I call it, a connection point. The times they are a-changing. Man, seeing Bob Dylan last month, I don't want to say it's life-changing. That seems too dramatic, but it was heavy. It was heavy. It brought a tear to my eye just a couple days ago when I was talking to Jenny about it. All right. I got to tell you about these cruisers that got deported. But before I do that, let me quickly invite you to subscribe. If you like staying up to date with everything going on in cruising, please consider subscribing with the notification bell on. That way you won't miss out on any of these episodes. 1 week ago, I told you that your comment would be important on 1 week ago's video. And it's important in the way that I want to give you guys something. And so I've chosen 4 people at random using the comment picker thing on the internet. And these are the 4 people. So 4 people, send me an email and somehow verify it's you. Take a picture of do something to let me know that you're the person that made these comments, and send me your address, tony@lalitaloca.com. And well, just, yeah, get in touch with me and we'll talk about what the prize is. But congratulations. I think you'll like it. Yeah, there we go.
I just got through the whole edit and I just realized I would be remiss if I did not tell all you nerds out there, especially gamer nerds, that Fallout is live on Amazon Prime. I'm sure you already know that, and the whole season, which is exciting because I've been stuck in these loops of only getting to see 3 episodes of something. But I watched episode 1 last night. It gave a lot of fan service. It set up multiple heroes' journeys. I think this is going to be good. I'm going to try to watch a couple more episodes today, but Fallout. And if you like, you know, even if you're not a video gamer, if you don't know this property, if you like post-apocalyptic stuff, this was great. So check it out.
Okay, we talked a few days ago about 69 Bolivians that were being held in Spain because their visas were faked. They had gotten on a cruise ship, MSC cruise ship in Brazil. They presented these visas at the time of embarkation, and they looked legit enough to get them on the cruise ship. But when they got to Spain, immigration officials there said, you know what? These are not too legit to quit. These are not legit. Man, this ship is rocking. The visas, they were not legit. So Spanish immigration held that cruise ship for a full day until they tried to figure out what to do. They took the 69 people off of that ship. They put them onto another ship or a boat. They let the MSC cruise ship go on and finish its cruise. And now they've been trying to decide what to do with the folks. They've been working through everybody's documentation. They found 4 people that can stay in Spain because their parents might be a Spanish citizen or they've got some sort of relation. But the other 65 people are going to be deported back to Bolivia on an airplane. And fortunately, MSC is going to pay for the plane to get them back to Bolivia. What a nightmare. Could you imagine getting on a cruise ship, assuming that you had the right paperwork, you get to a country and your paperwork's not valid, and then you're just stuck there until they determine what to do with you. And now it's close to a week later, now they're going to be flown back home. Cautionary tale, just to make sure, double check, double check. I don't know how these people could have avoided it, but make sure that your documentation is good before you leave the country. Because that's a serious thing. Did you see Terminal with Tom Hanks? That dude, that Russian, I think he was a Russian guy. I don't know who it was, but he was stuck in an airport for like 20 years. Don't be that guy. I mean, it'd be cool to be Tom Hanks just so you could say, Jenny. What's your favorite Tom Hanks movie? That's a tough one. Big, Apollo 13, Philadelphia, Forrest Gump, countless others. I don't know. Anyways, boom, that's your cruise news. Thanks so much for checking out the show today. Hope you guys are doing awesome. This is Tony for La Lido Loca, and until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido. Bye.